Yeah.
Some people are being given the power to upload 5-minute long videos.
What?
I did.
Yeah.
I think I saw news on that.
5 is too long.
5 is far too long.
A lot of people are saying that too.
I
Here's
like
the
the
thing, will
3.
I
I think 3 is good.
Yeah,
Because 3
3
can
is
allow for more allows them more than 1 minute, which is useful. But 5, absolutely not.
Will I abuse it? Yes,
Probably.
because this is what the second 3-minute videos were released. Like, time for me to be a nightmare.
Yeah, no, see, I'm gonna have the same fucking problem that I have with 3-minute videos, where I just stop editing my scripts as tightly because I don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do I think or want anyone to sit through a 5-minute video on TikTok? No, that's not really what the app is made for.
You know why they're doing it though? I can guarantee it.
To compete with
Advertisers.
Because YouTube.
Yeah, it's compete with
Advertisements.
YouTube and YouTube Shorts.
And that
Is YouTube
too.
Shorts even doing well?
So, but that's the weird thing with YouTube though. So, because YouTube originally only did like, a 30-second videos or whatever, and like now you can upload 36 hours or not anymore. Now they've clipped it
12.
back down to a meager 12 hours. Yes. So it's just everybody's trying to homogenize into kind of the same thing, and it's very weird. But
yeah,
I can't
I
imagine
like,
TikTok doing longer than like 5 minutes.
It's the same goddamn meme of I am once again asking platforms to just be
Yes.
themselves.
Well, or like I want, also though, just like, and again, I know you all know that I don't math, but it makes me wonder if they're finding that people are going to their lives more often and like spending like an hour on lives and then not using the FYP as much or something.
That's not the same thing. It's not that like
I agree.
I will sit like
I agree, but
fellow
suits are
Toka
weird.
mod, fellow Toka mod Barnaby.
Yeah.
I will sit in one of Barnaby's lives for an hour because I'm just like talking to them and doing some work, and we're in the chat and it's a conversation that I'm having with someone. It's like when I need company, I can hop into someone I know's live and we can like talk for a while and I'm there. That's not the same as having somebody sit through a 5-minute video on a screen that you are used to being like 15 seconds next, 15 seconds next. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
15, 15, 15, 5 is whiplash. That can
that is
injure
whiplash.
someone.
It's why I put the content warning 3 minutes when I make a 3-minute video.
Yes.
And people are like, thank you for the content warning every time I do it, because it is whiplash unless you know it's coming. It would be nice, maybe, perhaps, because this might be shooting for the moon, for TikTok to like say like, here's the 5-minute content, and here's the 3 to 5 minute content, and then here's the 1 minute content, and here's.
We've already established filters are very hard for them. Like
I know.
it requires lots of scientists, and they.
I mean,
really
for a minute they had a third tab. Like for literally like a hot week, they had a Learn on TikTok tab, which I thought was incredible, and I was so excited about. And then it just disappeared and was never talked of again. It was
really great. It was genuinely great. And it was like when you wanted a specific kind of content, you could go to the Learn on TikTok tab. And I was happy as a clam.
Yeah, I was so excited to
see
that so hard.
It's very sad that I'm just unambiguously looking forward to this existing. They are going to be implementing the ability to block words or tags and just like not see videos that have them in them.
Thank God. Whatever it takes to never, ever see another ASMR live pop up on my feed again. That's the one thing, excuse me, I would actually pay the money for. I'm so tired of these stupid ASMR lives popping up. I don't want to see it. I want to hear it. If a couple of my friends put an ASMR tag and like opening up, cracking backs, like fine, that I can handle. But these people with the mouth smacking.
Oh no.
Never again. I don't ever want to hear that again. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna block the word views just to eliminate that this sound only has so many views.
Oh my gosh, that is the weirdest trend right now.
I would jokingly put pomegranates in there just for that stupid fucking Tumblr based joke for myself. Just
See, I made that joke yesterday or in the mod meeting. We were talking about this, and I had to explain it.
Tag your gore/pomegranates.
Yeah. Because I don't have the Tumblr background, so that's when I need the tutorials. If there was a learn tab, then maybe I could have learned that.
Mckensea, are you familiar with Tag Your Pomegranates?
No, I have no idea.
Hold up.
I only liked Tumblr for the porn. Like I was solely there for the porn. So.
That is fair. And then they took it away, which was
took it away.
a large user base on Tumblr. What did they think was going to happen? My personal favorite, while Watson pulls this up, my personal favorite, because there was that phase where they like rolled out an AI to detect nudity, and there was one point where it detected sand dunes. Blocked it out as nudity.
And I forget, was that was on Tumblr?
That was on Tumblr.
They did that? Tumblr? Okay.
So nudity detection.
Tumblr finds sand dunes scandalous versus TikTok finds the bare back of a person's hand.
There it is. Wait, no. This is Tag Your Gore/pomegranate.
Anonymous asked, even if you say it's fruit, it doesn't matter. It looks like gore. Better safe than sorry. Please tag it. Even if I say it's fruit, it is fruit. There isn't any factual ambiguity to be discussed about the nature of the statement of my statement on the matter. It's fruit. And it's so good for you. Look at that palm. Babby Signless should eat 20 more so you can be a strong, still growing rebel heathen. Don't know what Babby Signless is. But don't be a fucking asshole. Even if it's not gore, tag it. That looks like a fucking heart at first glance. Oh no, I have to take 3 seconds out of my day to stop someone from being uncomfortable. Holy shit. Tag your gore/pomegranates ass wipe.
This is the most chronically online thing I have seen in a minute.
World Heritage Post, tag your gore/pomegranates. Yeah, that's like, but this is one. Will this, if we do get it, when we do get it, this will be the first thing that arises. Will be people being like, excuse me, tag this. Mm-hmm. And people being like, I don't need to.
And then the thing is,
yeah, there is a character limit on the tags. It may be the case that you are also able to filter for text in the like on-screen text stickers, in which case I am sure there are going to be people who just start every video with just like a fucking column of tags.
The question is also, will they filter on spoken words? Because we know that they can do captioning, and if they can do captioning, they can scan spoken words regardless of whether you tell them to or not. And so the question is, will they proactively filter things?
Will they proactively tag our poll?
The second you said proactively, TikTok is proactive. Absolutely not. Absolutely
very
not.
fair.
My feeling on that, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because you would absolutely be the person to know. When you caption a video, it like takes a minute. It seems to me very clear that what they are doing is like making an API call, sending that out to a third-party service, and getting the captions on. And I am sure they pay for every single one of those. I don't think that they are doing their own like redundant audio scans and paying for them in order to get a bad impression of what words you might have said.
It's a very good question, and I don't think without a lot of testing, I don't know that we can confirm. It does take time, but there is time between when you post and when the video goes live where they could be running that scan. If I was running a community and I was concerned about safety, I might do audio scanning on that content depending on the cost. But as Mckensea's laughing, like I said, if I was concerned about safety, that's a big if. And I will say also, I used to work at Alexa, and when people were like, well, Jeff Bezos is obviously listening to everything I would say, well, here's the thing. Their biggest motivating factor is saving money. And it would cost a ton of money to listen to all spoken words in the English language all the time, everywhere in everyone's home, which is what would happen if all Echoes listened to everybody. So no, they're not listening to you. That's why the wake word exists. But in here, it's not listening to everything. These are discrete points. These are videos showing up. They could be processing only things people caption. They could be processing everything in the back end. They could be processing only users that are classed as problematic. There's a number of things. And the problem is, if they are automatically processing and taking action on it, we've all seen what happens on the first pass of the captions. It's not always great.
I'm gonna be honest though, I don't think that they are doing any, like, even when you individually like do the captioning, I don't think that they're processing it at all and doing anything with that information. Like, I think that the impression we have that your content can be filtered based on the content of your captions, I think is confirmation bias based on the fact that TikTok just fucking randomly blocks videos for no reason sometimes. But like every like trigger term that we've heard somebody say, I put this in my captions and my video got blocked, we've tested it and not been able to replicate. I like go in and replace the censored curses in my captions with the curse, because captions should be fucking accurate. And that has never caused any problems for me.
And you're probably right. I do wonder when they roll out this feature, if they will, when they get snowed under with a bunch of people saying, I filtered for this word and it's showing up in the captions, your feature's broken, will they start?
Right.
I mean, and again, the bias of who has been flagged before versus
I was just about
not,
to say that.
it's such a huge difference.
Yeah, like I feel like TX, you have a much more peaceful demeanor.
You're a saint on TikTok.
Yeah, like you're very, sweet.
I mean,
I just like to list all options, right? Like I just list all the options, and then most of them are not the thing.
It's strange how TikTok sort of enforces things person to person, because like, and I'm going to say this out loud because I've never gotten in trouble. I can talk about autism all I want. I can say autism, I can write autism, I can do whatever I want with the word autism, which is good because my fiance is autistic. So I don't know how I'd talk about him otherwise. But then you have my mutual, actually autistic Katie, who finds that when she types the word autistic in comments, those comments get deleted. Those comments never show up. Those comments are not seen by people, who in lives has people write, oh, hi, actually autistic Katie, and that gets censored because it has the word autistic in it, or people talking about autism, and those get censored. So we don't know what's going on account to account. It would take so much testing to figure it out.
Yeah, and I have also experienced that with like specifically commenting, like the comment system, having my comments not show up because I use the word autism.
Which is wild because I've never had it happen. And I'm using the word autism a lot. So like,
or you know what I think it was? It was the word autistic, which I think they may have specifically that form.
They're like, that could be an insult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because you might be more likely to say it at someone like
you could use it at somebody. Yeah. No, it truly.
But it's a mess. It's a mess.
Well, and this is like how you can, and I don't want to get kicked off live, but you can say dick, but you cannot say suck my D in full, because that has literally gotten me kicked off of live before, and banned for 24 hours from going live.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so we need to read this out loud for anybody who's listening. TI100 Michael the Bye Guy said in chat, maybe that's why TikTok said autism, which is referring to a misspelled banner on Autism Awareness Day or week, because they messed up and got their account flagged and couldn't post the banner, which is chef's kiss burn. Just mwah.
So anyway,
autistic.
Autism awareness.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
We are all aware of autism now, thanks to TikTok. But so like, can we ever say for sure what level of filtering they're doing? No, but that does raise a good point, is people are going to say, hey, I filtered for this tag, but it showed up in the text of the video. This person said it, it's in their captions, they didn't tag it. So one, you're going to get a bunch of people commenting like they did when people were like, caption all your videos of tag your gore/pomegranates, but of different flavors. And TikTok potentially trying to mitigate that by doing some level of detection.
As soon as that feature exists, I'm just going to tag all of my videos, hashtag tag your pomegranates.
And inevitably, I feel like the next step is a more dynamic tagging system where you're choosing from a set of tags, and it's not in the text; it's more token based. But that I feel like the rollout for that would be a disaster because it have to be retroactive. And I feel like the way TikTok has done this before, there'd be like data corruption.
No,
or like
nothing TikTok has ever done has been mental tag for mental Illinois. It's what I'm going to start tagging anytime I talk about mental illness. It's going to be mental Illinois.
This person born and raised in Wisconsin, I especially appreciate that joke.
Mentally, we're all in Illinois.
That just made me immediately think terminally Moline.
Terminally Moline. Oh shit.
Can we just take a moment to talk about that? How insane it is that like TikTok thinks that it's more likely that you're saying the name of a like mid-sized Midwestern city than saying the word online.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, the caption when you try to say terminally online, more often than not, TikTok's caption it as terminally Moline.
Every time I say the word online, it thinks I said Moline.
Yeah. It's like, amazing. I don't know what you're talking about here. I've never heard of the internet. You know that it's the time in which it's processing, and I always say to myself, "Oh, he's reading," and he's not a good speller, and he's never really met a book. But you know what? He's
trying hard.
Real hard.
The thing is, like, as somebody who like worked on natural language systems and stuff, I'm like, well, okay, what natural language system did they buy? Because they sure didn't implement one themselves. And B, why did they implement a feedback loop? Because clearly, if everybody's noticed terminally Moline, a bunch of people have corrected it. And if it just took the token as like, hey, every time I suggest Moline, everybody corrects it to online. At some point, you could, even if you were just taking a random sample of people and not doing it all the time because it would be a ton of processing, maybe you could learn over time. Autocorrect keyboards do. And I get that it's hard to do with spoken word, but you've got the text and you could. But again, scientists, crazy. This is why, people are scared to hire me. I talk at them with things and
it's
another fun thing about the captions. The captions recognize the word TikTok. They do not recognize the word TikToks.
No.
They always think I said tiptoes.
So what you're saying is we need to tag your gore/pomegranates in your tiptoes.
Yeah, tag your tiptoes, everyone. Welcome to TikTok. It does not recognize its own plural. I'm tired.
I was gonna say, should I know we could poke at this forever, but I know that there was other things.
There are other things. What are the other things?
All right, so I'm gonna pull up the article that contains the information about the tagging stuff because it's also got some other information that we should definitely talk about. This is just summarizing how they understand the For You page to work. In Diversifying Recommendations, at TikTok, we recognize that too much of anything, whether it's animals, fitness tips, or personal well-being journeys, doesn't fit with the diverse discovery experience we aim to create. That's why our recommendation system, blah, blah, blah. For example,
so many animals is the problem on TikTok.
Yeah, I was like, what
is to bury the lead there?
As we continue to develop new strategies to interrupt repetitive patterns, we're looking at how our system can better vary the kinds of content that may be recommended in sequence. That's why we're testing ways to avoid recommending a series of similar content, such as around extreme dieting or fitness, sadness, or breakups, to protect against viewing too much of a content category that may be fine as a single video, but problematic if viewed in clusters. We're also working to recognize if our system may inadvertently be recommending only very limited types of content that, though not violative of our policies, could have a negative effect if that's the majority of what someone watches, such as content about loneliness or weight loss. Our goal is for each person's For You feed to feature a breadth of content, creators, and topics. This work is being informed by ongoing conversations with experts across medicine, clinical psychology, and AI ethics, members of our community, our Content Advisory Council, and our community.
How do you get on the Content Advisory Council?
Like, how do I get there?
This also seemed like they were trying to deflect blame so hard. They were like, we realize that you can get into echo chambers, but those are allowed. But the content is, might not be great, but we still allow it. Like,
yeah, and I think I would like to believe that part of what they're saying here is we can't say out loud that we're trying to stop this from radicalizing you towards extreme alt-right politics, because the alt-right will be very angry at us, and the government might try to kill us again. But I hope that this contains an intention of disrupting radicalization pipelines as much as it contains an intention of disrupting depression pipelines.
Hearing that, I didn't read along, I was just listening. Hearing that, it brings to mind the Wall Street Journal research that got done. That doesn't sit well with me, because the Wall Street Journal research and article concluded that essentially, like, you might end up somewhere like Kink Talk in like a scary narrator voice. Like it was like woo. And they didn't bring up the fact that there are literal Nazis on the platform.
Well, hey, we gotta go for the questionable
like
material that boomers can digest, not the hardcore stuff.
You might get into like these depression and sadness spirals, and
frog talk or something.
Like these far-flung parts of TikTok where they talk about polyamory and shit. And
if I recall correctly, they did mention frog talk as one of the weird, obscure places you can wind up.
They did. And you know what? To be fair, it is a weird part of TikTok to get onto. But
yeah, anyway, the point is, one of the big drawbacks of this change is it's going to really fuck up the For You page on my Thirst Follow account.
Frankly offensive.
Please, I just want to see. Just give me a crumb.
Hit me up after the call, because I'm not doing it live.
Okay.
But this is the whole thing. Is the things that they're talking about in this really echo the language of the Wall Street Journal's article, and I worry that what they are looking to crack down on is like, yes, this whole slew of possibly extreme content, but among that extreme content, we are counting sex workers' accounts. We are talking about Kink Talk. We are talking about people who are just doing sex ed. I worry that that's all getting lumped in, because that is how TikTok sees any content about sex.
Yeah.
So like, there is a positive here, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
And they haven't done anything right before.
A huge worry, because we all know that, like, obviously, if you start engaging with homophobic or transphobic content, you get right into that. Like, it's so quick, right? Like, if you start engaging on a new account, it is so quick. I've done it. I think we've all done it. So my worry is, if they're cracking down on that might also crack down on just like queer creators, right? Like, it's going to be one whole sweep of that topic, which could be a really big issue.
I have a lot of concerns about what this means for specifically trans people, specifically because their content is so often duetted by awful people to get spread around so people can dogpile. I am wondering if this will not become another situation of TikTok doing the thing where it's like, this community is in trouble. How we protect them is we put them in a bubble away from everybody else and don't let anyone see them. Yeah. And don't let anyone interact with them. Yeah. I worry that they will continue approaching things with the mentality of the people getting bullied are the problem, not the bullies.
Yeah.
Because there's a ton of, to your point on the sex education, there's so much subjective judgment implied in the article again, and it all sweeps up the tagging and this sort of automatic filtering mechanism. Who's doing the judgment? And where will they be transparent? No, they will not.
Don't worry. The AI's got it. The moderation AI plus all this. We're going to find out what the AI figures out is best.
I do think
we talk about people saying like, am I shadow banned? And being like, well, no, the algorithm isn't really targeting you.
Yeah.
But now in this new world, like, it actually might just be like intentionally targeting you as X and such type creator and cutting you off from most of TikTok on a systemic basis.
Well, and I think also with that too, with the idea of like the promote feature, especially because you can tell how little like nuance there is in that. Because like my friend Ghost, who does political content, promote came out. Ever since promote came out, he cannot have a live anymore that is peaceful. Every single time he gets raided every single time by right-wing people just being horrible. So that's what I'm feeling.
That's the separate thing of the live streams. The second TikTok decided that there was a certain point where a couple of apps came out that were paying people to go live. And a lot of people were jumping ship on TikTok to go and try those out. The user interface on all of those apps was a nightmare. Like they're terrible to be on. I like experimentally was on one for a while just to see what the deal was and see if people were getting ripped off. And the answer was no. They weren't, but like it was just miserable to interact with. So TikTok decided to compete with that. And they had a crop of creators, and they were paying them to go live. The problem is that they were farming these people out to a general audience, and the general audience on TikTok is general. And so it was putting especially a lot of queer and trans creators in front of a general audience that was 80% hostile. Yeah. And they were getting banned all of the time, and they just couldn't keep up with their contract because they had a contract with TikTok that they had to be live a certain amount in order to get paid. But what were they going to do? Sit there and get abused and banned again? So there was a lot of stuff around that. And so TikTok stopped whatever that program was, but it's still pushing lives out to a general audience. We are not, I've said this before, we're not the intended audience. We are not the intended audience, the intended user. We are existing on one extreme end of the bell curve. We are chronically online people making weird shit on the internet. We are not the middle of the bell curve. We are not the average TikTok user. And so like when we get pushed in front of a general audience, we are in a lot more danger than if someone just in the middle is doing it. But because there is such a large number of people in the middle, they don't really feel the need to cater it. So that's what's happening with the lives. It's just getting pushed out to everybody because they're like, this is our thing, right? People can go live here all they want. But you can't say
I hate it.
I haven't been live in like over a year because it gets you just awful. Get harassed. Yeah, you just get harassed, and it's awful.
I go live here. Oh, hi, Megan. I go live here, and while we're doing the stream, and I will often say to this live, like, hello, I'm going to ignore you for the next hour. So nice to see you. And then I don't engage with them at all. I just talk to Twitch, and I have it above me, and that's it. That's the extent of the live that I will do. Because otherwise, you get like children.
Yeah.
I don't like those. Get them out of here. They're asking weird questions, and I don't like it. Yeah.
And I haven't been on a live that's not like MTG or something else like really, really niche like that in months.
Yeah.
And now I'm terrified to go back to lives because now I'm back in the video game industry. So that seems like
Don't.
All right. So probably have time for one more article.
Okay.
So they also dropped a guide to the newest editing tools on TikTok.
Is this why they put out that survey about how do you edit?
Probably.
Maybe. The first one is animated GIFs in your green screen backgrounds. Arget did some testing on this for me earlier, and they are exclusive to the library that TikTok provides. But that's still kind of cool. Yeah.
Fuck you for saying jipes.
I was like, is anybody going to address that?
I
so
missed it.
You can just have one GIF playing behind you over and over again as your background.
Yes.
Yeah, looks like that's
okay,
what it is.
I'll get annoying with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's useless, but okay.
Yeah, like what? I don't understand the point. Like, what's the?
So
There
glad
is
that
one.
engineers worked on this.
Yeah, like what? Like, there's so many other things that I would love to see. Why is this?
Like playlists.
Oh my God! Why can't I have them? Give them. I pay.
I just got playlists not that long ago. It took forever.
I'm always so happy when I hear somebody did get them, because it's like, did they forget that everybody else would, like, literally everybody else I know wants that.
Yeah, it took forever. And then I had to go through all my TikToks and organize them, which is its
Yep.
own thing.
Yes.
But I mean, I guess it's good to go through and, like, delete some stuff, get rid of it all, clear it out. But
I'm so mad about you then that fucking phonetic spelling of jipe.
I thought they were just being
I'm so stupid. Okay, so we can have those now, but it's limited to TikTok's library.
okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, it's Giphy.
Thanks,
It links into Giphy.
But I've seen some apps do a subset of Giphy, like Teams does
Yeah.
a subset of Giphy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else?
All right, we've got one tap visual enhancement.
The visual enhancement's awful.
It
sucks. And anytime I turn it on, it always makes the audio unsync when I load it up.
Oh,
It does its own
that's
thing.
good to know. Thank you for letting us know that.
Yes,
The visual enhancement feature, it may be what's causing that like massive uptick in audio desync.
Yep.
It definitely happens anytime I turn it. Like I like it for outdoor stuff. Like if you're filming anything outside, it can look kind of nice. But if you're inside, which most of us are to make TikToks, it makes it just look really orange and off, in my opinion. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
And then I've noticed that my audio will more likely than not be off if I use it.
Thank you for this important public service.
And then like
it with a black screen.
Yes.
I'm so sorry for like going slightly tangential on that too, but like I've both heard other creators complaining more and more too that it's like the longer your video is, which that's another reason why I'm like, are you sure you're ready for 5-minute videos? But the further into your video it goes, the more out of sync it can get. Like if you have a single cut, if you make a single change or hit an effect or something like that, then that's when it starts to go sideways and it just keeps like tumbling out of control. Like
when I use a microphone that isn't my handheld USB mic, when it's like my earbuds or like AirPods, there will be a slow desyncing and you can see it every time there's a new cut in the video. I've like played around with it the other day, where it gets, like 0.2 seconds off and then 0.2 more and 0.2 more and 0.2 more until it's like a full second off. And it only happens when I'm using either earbuds or it's weird.
It seems kind of like a sample rate error.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Like it just doesn't know how to make the length of the one track match the length of the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they haven't figured out how to just like
fix it.
Well, I mean, just like even if they're having that problem and a person has a bunch of small cuts, you could just have like each chunk line up with the beginning of each cut, and then like the cuts would go a little bit out of sync over the course of the cut, but then at the start of the next cut, it would jump back into sync. But instead, it seems like it just like they all collapse downward.
Yeah. So anyway, video enhancement. Thank you so much. Everything orange with it.
I have no idea what this one means, but new musical and animal voice effects.
Oh, like
the musical one, I don't know. Animal voices, I have heard those.
We're putting state-of-the-art music synthesis tools in the hands of all TikTok users. But wait, what does that even mean? With our latest update, people can make any sound or voice from their videos sound like an animal or musical instrument.
Okay,
New
so
for
there's
TikTok, people can make their sound mimic a cat's meow, or flute and Swana's memory.
So there's one that's just a cat, right? And every word you say is a meow. And I don't know why it exists, but I've seen it. I don't have it yet, but by God, I fucking want it. It's stupid.
Okay, so is it? It's like not going to be it's not going to be like a vocoder. It's going to be just removing the linguistic content from your speech.
Yes, and it's going to replace it with sounds.
Every time you close your mouth and open for a new word, it's another meow.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of visual process and audio. Oh my goodness.
Presumably
it's just meow, 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 meow. And that's what the videos sound like. And it's extremely fucking weird.
Presumably the instrument just takes the speech and like plays a sample at the pitch of each word.
Yeah, it's probably just an auto-tune. Yeah.
I just opened it on my phone and it's like all cut off at the bottom too. It's like
high quality uploading. This is just you can upload in 1080p. I've had that for a while. I don't know if it's been rolling out for everybody.
Like it keeps coming and going for me.
I must
like it's there and then it's gone and then it's back again.
I'll have to look at it. I'm only uploading all my videos in 4K to TikTok.
Yeah, from cat sounds and video editing to HD videos and GIFs galore, we're excited to see all the ways that our community uses these tools to create memorable, engaging, and inspiring content.
Okay, so this is stupid. Yep. But on top of it being stupid, there was a survey that they put out today about your editing habits and where do you edit, what do you edit with?
Yeah.
And they asked like, what editing software have you heard of? And it was like, CapCut and like Adobe, like it was things that you have heard of. So I like checked every box. And then they
only wanted 3, right?
No, there was one area where you were allowed to say what you do as an editor, and you were only allowed to check 3 things. And one of the things was like captioning. So like it was really basic. It was like captioning and audio syncing. And I was like, well, that's literally what everyone is doing.
Boy.
So basic features.
They're like, so do you want the audio to work on your videos? Let us know. We're not sure.
I mean, it apparently is
it sounds like what they basically assumed is you're a whole production company, but like you're just one person in the production chain answering this survey. We want to know is it like the post-production editor? Is it like the director of photography? Who's the one who uploads the TikToks and takes the surveys?
Clearly, all of you have a team of 18.
Yeah. But they didn't have that other one like 3 months ago. So this is more focused.
No. Because it's coming from different teams all the time about like they're all sort of looking at like different aspects that we're answering questions about. But okay, so there was one question where they say, what do you mostly use to post on TikTok? And I checked the in-app editor because most of the time I'm not sitting here and actually fucking around with iMovie. That's only for videos where there's a lot of complicated I don't do that. Yeah. Most of the time I am a moron for 15 seconds and I post it and it's done.
Yep.
And so it came to like, okay, well, I mostly use the in-app editor. How did you hear about this software? And it was like all of these questions, all of these possible answers, not a single one of them was it's in the app. So I and I said, it's literally the in-app editor, it's right there. So they didn't really tailor the survey for people.
How did you find this? How did you find this software? Your UX designer showed it to me.
How did you find the software? I'm using it right now to answer this survey. I think you seem to underestimate how many of us are just filming for 5 seconds and posting.
Why we use it? Like, if I had to go and use 6 other editors, I'd just go post it on YouTube or something.
Right. I save my effort for things that are not like TikToks 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they're missing the point, and they're terrible at survey design, which hurts me at a fundamental level as a UX designer and researcher, like deeply. I'm sure they'd say like, "Oh, we didn't pay for the professional plan for our survey, so we can't branch." I'm like, well, I feel like you earn more than $4, so you should.
First of all, they branch on every single survey I've ever taken from them.
So then they're just terrible.
They can.
Okay,
but they were
they're
like,
just terrible.
There was also the survey, I don't know, however long ago, that had a lot of like very weird translations, and they like definitely put it into Google Translate and were like, this is good.
Yes. That was so bad.
For all of the US and Canada to see.
We're past 9 now, and it just occurred to me that I completely forgot to let everybody know that there is a command for getting Mckensea's links. So I just dropped that in chat. Because I'm very professional and really have my shit together.
Thanks.
You can also join us on Discord at the link in chat. There's words, brain. I do this every time, and I have not once been able to remember the things that I need to say about the Discord.
Patreon, Discord, come be with us.
Where, like, anybody who's over 18 can join and get access to our resources and conversation with other people who care a lot about TikTok. Then there's a comrades role, which is for creators. You just have to have over 1,000 followers on TikTok and be over 18 to request access to the creator to the comrades role. And thank you, Michael. Michael just dropped a link to our Patreon. Our Patreon is why we're able to do stuff like this, why we're able to have guests on and pay them for that, which we really like being able to do because we're a trade organization trying to do labor representation. It would be bad if we didn't pay our labor.
We didn't pay people for their time. Yeah.
It's fine. We also have a whole bunch of things that we would really love to scale up, like our news. We'd really love to be putting together like a comprehensive monthly TikTok newsletter, but that's going to that's going to take a lot of time that none of us can afford to volunteer. Back us on Patreon. It helps so much. You have no idea. And yeah, that's everything. We are going to be gone for the holidays. So Merry New Year. Happy season. Get hype about the return of the sun.
Yeah.
Ending the stream now. Bye, everybody.
Holidays.
Bye.